All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Harley from the Framplay, and today we're going to continue on with some, as you guessed it, Python. So, yesterday we finished with the variables exercises test, or exercise, however you want to put it. But we went over that. We started going through some stuff, and there were some things that we didn't know because it actually gave us some advanced parts about data types. So we are going to start with data types. And before we begin, I just want to say thank you all so much for coming out, checking out the videos, and learning along with me. This is going to be this is going to be an incredible journey for us. Starting off small, rolling in big. It's like a snowball effect, you know. We just got to keep on going. So today we're going to study for about, I don't know, let's say, oh, that was an accident. Let's say an hour. Let's say we're going to study for an hour. I did not mean to do that. Quit. Okay, so let's go ahead and get rolling into this. First, we'd like to say thank you to those that have been communicating with me on Twitter. Thank you all so much for giving me some advice and where to continue going. So we're going to try to get through all of this, right? And then get certified. So hopefully, not hopefully, we are going to get there. So anyway, let's get started. Let's continue on data types, right? Well, let me load up PyCharm here. And I think we should let's do, nah, screw it. Actually, yeah, no, we'll leave it. Okay. IDE has detected Microsoft Defender with real-time protection enables. It might severely degrade IDE performance. It is recommended to add following paths to Defender folder. It is recommended to add the following paths to the Defender folder exclusion list. Sorry, I don't even know why I started going with that, but okay. All right. So, data types. In programming, data types is an important concept. Variables can store data of different types, and different types can do different things. Python has the following data types built in by default in these categories. So you have the text type, which is string, numeric type, so numbers include integers, which are whole numbers, floats, which have decimal values, and complex, which uses imaginary numbers. And then there's sequence types. We have lists, which are in the brackets. We have tuples, which are in parentheses. And then we have range, which are in... Oh, no, I'm lying. I don't know what range is in. Okay, we'll have to look up what that one is. We have dictionary, which is a mapping type. We have set types, which are set and frozen set. We have a boolean type, which is bool. Binary types, byte array, and memory view. And then the none type, which I think... I'm going to assume it's similar to the null type from JavaScript. But we learned about string, integer, float, complex, list, tuple, dictionary, and boolean. Now we have these other ones that are going to be interesting. So let's go ahead, right? So getting the data type. You can get the data type of any object by using the type function, which is what we did. And in this example, x equals 5, and then we're going to print the type of x, and it should give us an integer. So we can go through excuse me, we can go through these right here. In Python, the data type is set when you assign a value to a variable. So x equals hello world, that's a string, right? It's in quotation marks. X equals 20 is an integer, 20.5 is a float, 1j is complex because that's an imaginary number. X in brackets is a list. X in parentheses is a tuple. And then you call out range to do a range. And then X in braces with a variable name and a value, and then another variable name and a value. So each variable is separated by a comma. To assign a value to the variable, use the colons. X in braces with just a value separated by commas is a set. Frozen set, you call upon it, you call the function, or the type, and then put same thing that you do with set, but I'm not too sure what frozen set does yet. B hello is bytes. Ooh, what's that? Let's try that. Let's see what that does. X equals B hello, and we're going to print type X, and we're also going to print X as well. And shift F10. So how come that allows us to do that? So it gives it a class of bytes. Interesting. Let's look up what bytes in Python. The bytes method returns an immutable bytes object initialized with the given size and data. Okay. So byte message, bytes message, UTF-8. Python is fun. Converts a string to bytes using string.encode. Must provide encoding optional. Okay, so we'll learn more about that later. That's interesting. Okay. Byte array. So I guess it's same thing like this, but it's an array. Memory view bytes. So memory view like this, and then bytes 5, and then X is none for the none type. Okay, setting the specific data type. So these are just calling it and assign, or like these types are automatically assigned, right? And then we can manually set specific types. So how we did typecasting, we were able to change an integer to a string. These are ways to do specific types, so that way it'll stay at that, right? So X equals string hello world, integer 20, and you can do it either or. It shouldn't matter. Byte array. What's the difference between these two? Doesn't look like a difference. Oh, okay, gotcha. So it's no difference here because you still have to call it for these, for the byte array. I think even for bit, nope, bytes, same thing. You call it out. Excuse me. Test yourself with the exercises. So the following code example would print the type of, I think we started going through this, int. Yeah, submit answer. Yeah, see, I already went through these. So don't worry about that. So now we're gonna go through numbers. Okay, so Python numbers. Oh, sorry, I need a stretch. Okay. Python numbers. There are 3 numeric types in Python. Okay, you got integer, float, and complex, and we already kind of went over those, but we'll reiterate one more time. Variables and numeric types are created when you assign a value to them. So x of a value that's a whole number would be an integer, y with the value of a decimal Point is a float or decimal value, and then z equals 1j, j meaning that it's a complex number, an imaginary number. To verify the type of any object in Python, use the type function. So we went through that. We kind of show that we can do types. Integer is a whole number. Int or integer is a whole number, positive or negative, without decimals, of unlimited length. So these are all integers, even the negative value. Float is any number with a decimal value. There you go. And float can also be scientific numbers with an e to indicate the power of 10. So this would be like 35 times 10 to the power of 3. And then this is, I don't know what big E means. That's I have to look that one up. Okay, but yeah, you can still check the data type of those. And then complex numbers are written with the j as the imaginary part. So x equals 3 plus 5j, y 5j, and you can set check the type by doing print type of whatever variable it is, and it'll give you that type in the console. So type conversion. So you can convert one type to another with the int, float, and complex methods. So there you go. Convert from one type to another. Excuse me. Convert from int to float. So we'll turn a to change the value of x to a float. Variable a is pretty much x, but in float value. B is variable y, but as an integer. So this would, I think, rounds it to the nearest whole number. Let's actually try that. See here. So we got, so x, let's just say, oh, what the heck? X equals 2.8, right? And we want to convert integer of x, and then we're going to print a and see what happens. So it rounds it down to the nearest whole number. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so note, you cannot convert complex numbers into another number type. So, but what we can do is we can convert numbers into complex number type. Okay, cool. A random number. Python does not have a random function to make a random number, but Python has a built-in module called random that can be used to make random numbers. Import the random module. Okay. And let's go to end. Oops. And so let's go import random. Print random dot rand range 1 through 10. Oh, let's try it. 4. Try it again. 9, 4, 6, 9. So you can use that as a. So that's pretty cool. Essentially, like, you can create a numbers guessing game doing that. So what you do is, like, I don't know, let's just say, so guess, right, equals input. Oh, I think we'd have to have this wrapped in parentheses. Let me see. So integer input guess the number. I'm all creating a little project right now. I should be continuing this. Okay, we'll work on that later. Let's continue learning. So, but anyway, you can use that to, like, create a random number game, right? So we'll have this guess input and guess the number. and so like when we run that, be like guess the number, and we'll input 2. Boom. But what we'd have to do, I'm gonna get so sidetracked because I'm gonna want to do that. Maybe we can do that for a different video. Let me all right, where's my notepad at? I have a notepad here. I'll worry about that in a minute. Okay, sorry, I get so sidetracked sometimes, my ADHD mind. Okay, so in our random module reference, you will learn about the random module. Oh, okay, so that's down there. Okay, test yourself with exercises. So, insert the correct syntax to convert x into a floating point number. Okay, so let's start the exercise. It should take us to a different page, and we'll turn this to a float, submit. Oh, did I already do these? I did. Dang, I'm getting pretty far. Okay, I just didn't do the comments exercise. So, it would be hash, submit, and this is triple as far as this as well. Okay, cool. We're doing so good. Y'all doing really good, guys. All of us. We're doing amazing right now. Okay, so we already did that one, so let's go to the next one. Okay. Python casting. Specify a variable type. There may be times when you want to specify a type onto a variable. This can be done with casting. Python is an object-oriented language, and as such, it uses classes to define data types, including its primitive types. Casting in Python is therefore done using constructor functions. So these are constructor functions. So in parentheses, constructs an integer number from an integer literal, a float literal, by removing all decimals, or a string literal, providing the string represents a whole number. So if like the string was 27, right? I'm 27 years old, but in parentheses, then we can do int whatever variable that we assigned the string 27 to and change it to or let's just do that, right? So age equals 27 or 25. Let's just 25, whatever popped up on the keyboard. And we want to change, we want to do new age or convert age, right? So equals int, yeah, age, and print convert age. And we'll print both of them. Print age, and we'll also add the types down here too as well. So that way we can also see, right? There we go. Okay, now let's do it. So, originally, right, so type age, or maybe we should move that one up here, and there we go. Let's do that. That way, oh, oops, I meant to do that. Okay, so now we can kind of see, why is there two? Ah, gotcha. Okay, so now we can actually see, so the first one was a string, right? And the second one was an integer after we converted it. So we used typecasting to change it to a integer. I know these are all super basic things, but I want to make sure that I have a full understanding of what I'm learning. And whoever's following along, I want to make sure that all of you guys have a good understanding of what we're going through. But we're coming up on the end of the time for this episode, this documentation episode. So I want to say thank you guys so much. If you made it all the way to the end, I appreciate you coming out and supporting me on my programming journey. It's going to be amazing. We're going to get to where we want to be. We're going to become who we want to be. No one's putting us down anymore. That's it. We're on top of this. We are our own person. And nobody can change that. You know, I saw this tweet. It was like, what is the most hurtful thing anyone has ever told you? And the most hurtful thing that anyone has ever told me was that I have kids and I need to give up on my dreams now. And that is like something you don't say. That is really ugly to tell somebody, give up on your dreams because you have kids now. I don't think I should ever give up on my dreams. I want my kids to be able to know that, hey, my dad never gave up to become the person that he wanted to be. Because if I give up on my dreams, then that means that gives them the excuse to also give up on theirs. You know, that's not the way I think. 1 second, baby. And my daughter's calling me right now. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you guys. Remember, we are one. Appreciate everyone.